64% of people are more willing to buy a product or a service after they've watched a video. So if you can make this pretty engaging, pretty short, concise in the first few seconds, you probably got their attention to finish your video and probably buy your product or service. When you read someone's post, you can pretty much be engaged with them and they could be incredible at writing, but I don't think it can beat video, because only in video do you get to actually see me, and you get to see how I act and how I react, and my body language and my facial expressions and my hand gestures and so on, right? So you get to feel closer to me. Hey, Sam from New Marketing New here, and today I just wanted to talk to you about video production. So look, why video? Why should you be creating more video content than you are right now? And why should you be trying to make your video look and sound more professional than it is now, or maybe just a little bit better than it actually is right now? Well, there's a few reasons, right? So the first reason of why you should create more video content is that video has just become more convenient for people to watch in this day and age. See, if I was told about you and your brand and your business through a video link, someone shared a video link to me, and I saw your video and it was engaging, it was short, it was concise, it was straight to the point, I'm more willing to finish your video and find out who you actually are. And where the majority of people are willing to at least give you 5 or 10 or 15 seconds of their time, which is incredibly valuable to them, especially when a lot of information is just being thrown at them left, right, center, forwards, backwards, whatever, you name it. So that's rule number one. Number two is that I believe that it's more engaging than writing, and this is just my opinion. I could be completely wrong about this, but when you read someone's post, right, you can pretty much be engaged with them and they could be incredible at writing, but I don't think it can beat video, because only in video do you get to actually see me, and you get to see how I act and how I react, and my body language and my facial expressions and my hand gestures and so on, right? So you get to feel closer to me. If you look into this video, like I'm looking into the lens right now of this camera, it's almost like we're having a conversation, or there in person, and it's something that we can't really replicate on posts and blogs. Now, do I think that video is the one thing that everyone should be doing? Well, no, not really. If you're incredible at writing, like really, really great, then you just need to stick to that. But if you would want to pretty much make a transition from writing blogs and then posting videos, or just creating better videos, then you might want to stick around to see what I have to say about that. How do I create better videos? Since you know pretty much the why, how do I create better videos? Well, the first thing that you can use pretty much like straight away is that you want to capture the viewer's attention in the first 5 to maybe 15 and 30 seconds. So if they're watching a video from you and you're there explaining all your credentials in the beginning and what school you went to and how cool you are, then people will probably log off. But if you're talking to people about something that they find useful, something that they find entertaining, then they're more willing to stick around. 64% of people are more willing to buy a product or a service after they've watched a video. So if you can make this pretty engaging, pretty short, concise in the first few seconds, you probably got their attention to finish your video and probably buy your product or service. So that's one thing. But the second thing would probably be what you are thinking of right now, and that is the actual video. So how it actually looks, and how can you improve that, especially if you're recording on a pretty cheap camera or your iPhone or something like that. So I'm going to show you that right now. So the first thing that you want to be doing when you're recording, and you can do this with just your iPhone or just any phone that you have, your Android, whatever, is you want to be recording horizontally rather than vertically. Apart from if you're trying to fit it to a certain platform. So for example, if you're trying to do like YouTube shorts, or you're trying to do something that requires a more vertical video, then you should probably be recording horizontally. And the reason of this is to actually give your viewer more space to know exactly what's happening in the video. See, if this video was vertically, it would look pretty much like this, and it would look pretty squeezed, right? So, but right now you're seeing everything. You're seeing the whole picture, what's behind me, where I am right now. Pretty much, you're getting to see pretty much all of that. So that's number one. Number two is making sure that you are recording in great lighting. So right now I have a ring light that's pointing towards me, and trust me, you don't need to know everything about lighting, like 3-point lighting and so on and so forth. You just need to know enough to make your video pretty, I guess, watchable. So I have a ring light. It's pointing light towards me from one side. I just prefer that. You can have a light, pointing towards you or above you. If you don't have a separate light, what you'd want to do is switch on the lights around your house and make sure that you're standing under it without looking like a bit shadowy. A lot of the time I see people record near windows, like I have a window behind me there, but the curtains are closed. A lot of people record in front of windows where the light's behind them, and then they're appearing dark, and that's just not a great thing that you want to be doing. The best way to fix that is not to record near windows, and actually turn yourself around and record yourself facing the window and the camera facing you, so that you get like more natural sunlight and people can get to see you better. So that's something that you'd also want to do. The next thing would be having a grid. So this in photography is called the rule of thirds. So the rule of thirds is basically how you can compose your image without it looking weird, right? And the rule of thirds is great because it helps you to understand symmetry. And as people, we like order and symmetry. And basically, the people you find attractive are usually very symmetrical. Like, if you see their facial features, they're very symmetrical. They're very, like, pretty much balanced, I guess. So this rule of thirds is just easier for people to understand and to see, because someone is symmetrical, someone is balanced, someone is in the frame. So over here in this shot, I'm probably in or kind of near the rule of thirds, but I'm not breaking it too much that it's become uncomfortable for you to watch. Now, of course, I could make this better, but this would probably be okay. So I'm pretty much in frame, maybe. But yes, I see a lot of people shooting like this in quite a lot of videos that I get sent to from clients that want us to edit their videos and help them with the video production. So people would leave like this space, and pretty much for no reason. Usually if you leave the space, you'd want text to pop up or something like that. But if you're recording like this, it does look pretty strange, doesn't it? or again something like this, unless you want us to check out something on the TV or something that's behind you. So pretty much something like this would work best. And I think I have a picture that you can see if you scroll down or up or whatever it is right now, if it's still there, that is. So those are 3 things already. The next things would be having things in the background. Now this doesn't have to be great things that are lit up, although it would be great if you had lights and stuff in the background, but it doesn't need to be that at all. See, in my background right now, you have my whiteboard and my little TV, and I think here's my laptop. In my background there's things around, and it makes it look homey and atmospheric. See, a lot of the time you'll see people shoot in something that is just plain and there's just a white wall behind them, and unless it's like a professional video studio where you have a white background or a green screen or something like that, you don't want to look pretty much dead in frame. You want it to look like it has something and like your picture has depth, because again, it's just easier for people to take and to want to watch your video more. So these are a few things that you can use and try out for yourself. I put little pictures if you want to see how to do the rule of thirds on a phone. I know how to do it on iPhone, I guess, but probably not the latest iPhone, I'm not sure. But this is in I think your settings on the iPhone, and there's this thing called grid, and you can switch it on. And before I mention anything else, please make sure that you try to record in the highest available quality you can. So if you're on your iPhone and it allows you to record on 4K, do that. But if it's going to take too much memory, because the higher your recording quality, the more memory it will take on your phone or your camera, then record in maybe at least 1080p at 24 frames per second, which is what you'd usually see when you're watching movies or stuff like that. It's you see it in 24 frames per second. You don't really need to know much about that or ISO or all these other video terms, but this is one of the best ways that you can create great video. Now I'll try to leave a list of things you can probably purchase on Amazon if you want better quality for yourself. And this could be a ring light, it could be a little stand for your phone, it could be pretty much anything. But for now, all you literally need is just your phone, understanding the basics, and making sure that it looks good. The final thing that I wanted to say would be sound, and sound is pretty much important. So right now I'm recording my sound from this microphone right here. Now this is a condenser microphone. You don't need to get this, as it could be you might not need it at all, especially if you're recording from your phone. Your phone pretty much has pretty good mic. All you need to be aware of when you're recording on your phone or maybe on your camera is stuff like wind, if you're recording outside, or if there's any noise around the room or the place that you're recording in, because your mic was pretty much probably designed to maybe pick up everything around you, rather than this mic here that picks up sound that's coming from the front of the mic rather than the sides or anywhere else. So those are a few things that you need to look into if you want to create better video, if you want to create better sound. And if you found this helpful, let us know what you've made from these tips. And if you do need help with your video editing, with your video production, then just let us know. I'll try to put in a form on this page that you can fill out about, you know, what you need help with, and you know, stuff like that, so we can see how we can help you and edit your videos and just make you look and sound more professional. And yeah, just let us know anything we can help with, and I hope this video has been helpful to you.